Another day, another edition of NoDQ&A video. Welcome to NoDQ&A video once again, right here on NoDQ.com, as well as the YouTube channel and NoDQ&A videos affiliate, ringsidenews.com. If you enjoyed the videos and you enjoyed today's video, please like it, give it a thumbs up, please share the video with your friends and family, and subscribe if you haven't already. I apologize if I've not gotten to a question that you've asked yet. I have been trying to get through as many questions as possible. I've been backed up. It's been a very busy week trying to get through as many as possible. That's why I've been doing so many videos this week. So let's get down to your questions and not waste any more time. First one today comes from Israel Ortiz. How would you feel if Undertaker still doesn't retire after this WrestleMania? I feel like he needs to and is definitely time. Please answer in video. I think if The Undertaker can be up against a top-level opponent, I would be fine with him wrestling for a couple more years. Honestly, I think he should have retired after the streak ended, but he came back, and it is what it is. And I think that there are a few matches left for The Undertaker. There's still Undertaker versus John Cena, if that even happens at this point. If not this year, next year's WrestleMania maybe. But Undertaker is running out of top-tier names to go up against, and I feel that either this year or next year, it'll probably be time for The Undertaker to step down. Many would feel this year because WrestleMania is in Texas. Undertaker can go into the Hall of Fame. That seems to make the most sense. We'll see what happens, but if not this year, then definitely next year you do Cena versus Undertaker, and then I think you should call it a career for The Undertaker. Alright, this one comes from Nils. If Brock Lesnar does not wrestle Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 32, do you see him feuding with Batista and creating a Beast versus Animal storyline? Much like Undertaker, Brock Lesnar is running out of guys to face. Undertaker and Lesnar already had their feud settled this past fall at Hell in the Cell. Brock Lesnar versus Batista, that is an interesting matchup, one match that we haven't really seen on a big stage. I believe they wrestled early in their careers in OVW, maybe on WWE television once. I'm not sure about that one. I don't remember exactly, but they haven't faced off since Brock Lesnar left the company, and I think that that would be a huge match to do that. Batista has gained a lot of success in Hollywood, so he doesn't exactly need WWE, but I think he would come back under the right circumstances, and a match with Brock Lesnar, that is huge. I think Batista would consider coming back for that. And if the money's right, you could get those two in there at WrestleMania. And I think that that would be box office. I think that that match would do really well and it would be fitting for WrestleMania. Some people out there, some of the purists that like the guys that are like Cesaro and Dolph Ziggler, the workhorses, they're not going to be a big fan of that match. But to me, you got the star power. It's two bulls locking horns. It makes a lot of sense to have that match take place at some point. It is a dream match, whether some people out there on the internet like it or not. I would definitely like to see that match, personally. Alright, this one comes from Corby W. Do you think that Reigns, Rollins, Owens, and Balor are the future of WWE? Please answer in video. Absolutely. I think Kevin Owens and Dean Ambrose have the biggest upsides of anybody on the WWE roster. Both of them, with the rocket strapped to their backs, can really go far in WWE, in my opinion. Both of those guys have the talent to go all the way. Finn Balor, I've said this in previous videos, he's a great wrestler, and he has a unique character and look to him. And I think his look, the entrance, the paint, everything, the face paint, all the stuff that he does, his whole presence and presentation, I think is money. I think that when he gets on the main roster, he will be very marketable with the action figures and the video games. Finn Balor is going to be a big star in WWE. I'm fairly certain of that once he gets to the main roster. He's going to be a big deal. And if WWE protects him, of course. If he comes out with a big entrance and then does jobs all the time, you know, that's not going to help him. But if he comes in and he's given a big push, he's given a big entrance, I think he's going to do really well. And of course, when Seth Rollins comes back, he's going to be a major force, no doubt about it. Alright, this one comes from Great Turbonian. Do you think it is possible we will see Finn Balor debut at WrestleMania? Usually WWE introduces new characters to the main roster after WrestleMania, but I'm actually a big fan of Finn Balor making his official debut at WrestleMania. I miss the old days when new characters would debut on pay-per-view. I think it made the character seem more important, and it gave the character a bigger start to have a debut at a major pay-per-view. You look back, guys like Taz debuting at the Royal Rumble, Kurt Angle's debut at Survivor Series. Those are the kind of debuts I would like to see more often in WWE. Announcing Finn Balor with video packages and having his first official match at WrestleMania. Let him destroy somebody. Have Finn Balor versus Tyler Breeze or something like that, where Finn Balor just goes out there and destroys the guy. Some people out there are going to get mad that I said Tyler Breeze. You could do Heath Slater. Whoever you want. Just anybody on the roster. Zack Ryder. Just put Finn Balor out there and let him showcase what he can do on the biggest stage. You know, like The Rock. When The Rock made his debut in '96, had a very impressive win. You can call Finn Balor the Blue Chipper, the future. I think WrestleMania would be a great place for him to debut. So I am definitely up for that idea. Will it happen? That remains to be seen. But one way or another, I would be shocked if Finn Balor is not on the main roster within the next 6 months. Alright, this one comes from Daniel Jobber. Would be nice, but can Roman stand on his own yet? I'm too much of a fan of his to answer that. Well, I think he's going to need to stand on his own at this point. With John Cena hurt, all the pressure is going to be on Roman Reigns to step up and be the face of the company and be the top guy, the top babyface. Will Roman Reigns be able to thrive without Vince McMahon in the storyline? That remains to be seen. But as long as WWE continues to portray Roman Reigns as an ass kicker who says few words, let him go out there and do his thing and beat people up, I think he'll be alright. But if they start having him come out there and cut the silly promos and he does the John Cena comedy, then the fans are going to continue to boo him and not care all that much about him. But I mean, he does have a very solid fan base. It's just a matter of him having that mass appeal that will allow him to be even close to as successful as John Cena has been in recent years. Alright, this one comes from Amaro Escobar. Hey Aaron, if you had to create a new championship or revive one, what would it be and why? I'm not a big fan of bringing back past titles. I would like to see some new championships and new concepts introduced. I talked about this in the past. I would like to see an interactive championship where the fans get to decide the participants in matches. The fans get to decide stipulations. Every match for the title would have the fans voting on something, and hence it's the interactive title. I think in this day and age, you know, WWE's polling people on social media all the time. I think now is the time to introduce a title like that. And you know, they had the pay-per-view Cyber Sunday where fans got to vote. Why not have a title where the fans can determine who gets to be in the matches and what the stipulations are, and it's the fans' championship. You know, the WWE title is the company's championship. They decide who the man is, but the fans can decide who the interactive champion is. Alright, this one comes from AceMaker025. Hey Aaron, what's up? How would you book New Day if WWE wanted them to have all the championships, and could it work? I doubt the New Day will be pushed that strongly to the point where they're all holding championships in WWE. Based off of this past week's SmackDown, you had the New Day involved in a comedy segment with R-Truth. And at the end of the day, I think WWE sees the New Day as an entertaining mid-card comedy act. I would be shocked if the three of them got major pushes. I mean, you're talking about like Evolution, where Evolution won all the championships. That's not going to happen with the New Day. If anything, the group will eventually split up and maybe Big E will get a huge singles run and become a major champion, whether it's the WWE champion or US champion or whatever. But, you know, Kofi Kingston, he had a great career early on in WWE and then he was just kind of floundering for a while, and New Day gave him a new lease in WWE. And Xavier Woods, I'm not so sure he would have gone very far in WWE if this New Day act did not catch on, unfortunately. He's really had the chance to shine, but of the three of them, I definitely feel Big E is the one that has the most potential. And, you know, if any one of these guys gets a major push, it'll be Big E once the group splits up. All right, this one comes from Dominic. Hey Aaron, longtime viewer here. For several years now, the Royal Rumble has been total letdowns and just bad. Will this be the year they deliver a good show and pick the right winner? Fans can be excited about leading into WrestleMania. I really hope so. I really hope WWE learned a lesson from previous years. I really hope this Royal Rumble is an amazing show, and I think WWE is going to be even more pressured to put on a memorable show because of John Cena being hurt and so many injuries in the company right now. They really need something big. Now, what's going to happen? Is Roman Reigns going to overcome the odds and win the Rumble? Or is Brock Lesnar going to win? Who knows what's going to happen? I just hope whatever happens when it's over, we're all excited for what's going to happen at WrestleMania 32. That's the goal, to make the fans excited and get them pumped up for the upcoming WrestleMania pay-per-view. If WWE can accomplish that, then this year's Royal Rumble will be a success. Alright, this one comes from Mr. Yuck. Thoughts on John Cena's 2015 run? Should he win, bring back the US Open Challenge, or tie Ric Flair for World Heavyweight Championship wins in 2016? That depends on John Cena's health when he comes back, what he's able to do, and I think it also will depend on how well Roman Reigns is doing and how well the other superstars are doing in John Cena's absence. I sense that, you know, John Cena's pushing 40, he's getting older, he's not getting any younger, and I think WWE is going to start focusing on other people, and when John Cena does appear, he will be more of a special attraction, like a Brock Lesnar or an Undertaker, where we'll be seeing John Cena on 3 or 4 pay-per-views and he'll be gone the rest of the year. I sense that will be John Cena's future fairly soon. And, you know, if he comes back really quickly from this injury, then I think that maybe he'll have another year or two and maybe he'll tie Ric Flair's record or even break it. Who knows what's going to happen with that. But yeah, I think a lot of it will depend on how well the talent does without him around and what kind of condition he's in and how fast he's able to recover from his injury. Alright, this one comes from Wrestling HD9. Watching Eddie versus Chavo at the Royal Rumble 2004. Would you say this is the highlight to Chavo's career? That was definitely a big match for Chavo. I think just in general, Chavo Guerrero teaming up with Eddie, I think them winning the tag team titles would probably be Chavo's highlight. Los Guerreros was a great tag team, one of the best during the first half of the decade, maybe even the entire decade. I mean, Los Guerreros was a great act, and I would say that was, in general, the peak of Chavo's career. Alright, got this one here from the other Z. Are you curious as to how defending the world title in a Rumble match would pan out, unlike Ric Flair's win as it was vacant? I'm definitely curious, especially now with the news that John Cena's hurt. I'm really interested to see what WWE does. And for the first time in a while, in several years, we really don't have a clear idea of what's going to happen at WrestleMania. There's no definite match that's been set up for WrestleMania other than possibly Roman Reigns versus Triple H. But beyond that, it's really unknown what WWE is going to do at WrestleMania for the top matches. I mean, in previous years, we had a good idea of what direction WWE was going in. Now, it's very much up in the air, and it's not so much WWE's booking, but rather unexpected circumstances like Cena getting hurt that is forcing WWE to change plans, and Seth Rollins being hurt too. You know, WWE is not really sure what they're going to do, and this is supposed to be one of the biggest WrestleManias in history. You know, they're hoping to set the all-time attendance record. You know, say they had 100,000 people in Dallas. So they're going to really need to do something special. Like I said earlier, the goal of the Royal Rumble should be to get the fans as excited for WrestleMania 32 as possible. Alright, that'll wrap it up for this edition of No DQ&A video. Thanks again for watching. Keep spreading the word about No DQ&A video. Make sure you check out the other videos. I made a playlist so you can watch all the videos one after another. Check that out, and I will see you guys next time for more.